The recording process. All right. This is Kyle Schultz, and I'm conducting an oral history with Neal Coates at the New Smyrna History Museum. This interview is being conducted in New Smyrna, Florida, on Saturday, April 6, 2024. Thank you for speaking with me today.
Not a problem.
My first question is going to be, can you state your full name and just tell us a little bit about what you're from, or where you're from, and what life was like for you growing up?
Good morning again. My name is Neal Coates, Sr., born and raised in New Smyrna Beach, Florida. And I'm just going to give a brief history of what life was like for me growing up in New Smyrna Beach. Born July 4th, 1948. In New Smyrna Beach, Florida. Life was difficult during the time of attending school. Segregation was on the move. Segregation meaning that the schools were segregated. There was, the blacks was at one location, the whites were at another location. New Smyrna Beach is a beautiful area. Come to mind was rough during the 60s. Bethune Beach, which is South A1A in New Smyrna Beach, was segregated. We had beaches open in Daytona Beach, Port Orange, Flagler area, but due to segregation, the blacks was unable to go to those beaches. Bethune Beach is named after Mary McLeod Bethune, was Bethune-Cookman College, and now it's called Bethune University. Their motto is enter to learn, exit to serve. That was one of the experiences that I experienced in growing up in New Smyrna Beach. Another one was the segregation of the movies, segregation of the restaurants, segregation of the schools. Schools in this area was integrated in 1970. As you notice, I'm wearing a uniform, a Marine Corps uniform, as we celebrate Heritage Day today, which is April 4th, 2024, and I was asked to do this interview. Fast forward, growing up in New Smyrna Beach, I left New Smyrna, joined the Marine Corps in '68, spent time in Vietnam. When I say time, 2 years of my life in Vietnam. Upon returning, things had changed. Integration, as I said earlier, was in 1970. I had an opportunity to go to a community college. Now it's called Daytona State University. I had an opportunity to teach, be one of the first Afro-Americans to teach a collision repair program. Fast forward again, retired in 2010, and now I'm serving in the ministry capacity and serving with my community as a civic leader. Basically, that's a fast forward interview with Kyle here in New Smyrna Beach, Florida.
And what church are you a minister at?
I'm an associate pastor at Pleasant Grove Missionary Baptist Church, 214 North Myrtle, New Smyrna Beach, Florida.
And how long have you been involved with them?
It's going on my 20th year.
20th year, wow.
Yes.
That's a lot. Could you tell me again, you said you attended a segregated school here in New Smyrna. What was the name of that school? If you
Chisholm, it was called Chisholm High School, from 6th to 12th grade. It was predominantly like a little brick red schoolhouse.
Mm-hmm.
You would have different classes in different rooms. Our science class was basically with used books. We had snakes that was in a jar. We had a couple of microscopes, but it was very limited resource for educational purposes.
Did you have a favorite teacher that you can remember growing up?
Yes, my science teacher was Henry King.
Mm-hmm.
And then our history teacher was Maddie Howard. Back then we had what we call a homeroom teacher. All of our teachers coming up into a segregated environment. They did a tremendous job making sure that we received an education, and the word was, you can be whatever you want to be if you apply yourself. So our teachers was awesome.
That's great. That's great. Can you tell me some of your favorite memories growing up here in New Smyrna? Or just ones that stick out to you? They don't have to be positive.
Some of the favorite memories that I can remember as children, we grew up in a small, basically segregated community. To ask my parents, can we go over and play? When I speak of play, we would do like marbles, shoot marbles. Mm-hmm. We would do jackstones. We would do little kids thing, play sandlot football. But things like that helped we grew up. And the respect for my parents as Afro-Americans, back then we were called black, but back then it was great to fellowship and play with your kid, the neighbors. Back in my day, as now I'm 75 years old, we had black and white television. Mm-hmm. Some of the neighbors never had television, so they would come over to our house and we would look at different television programs. We would eat as family neighbors. When one ate, everybody ate. So it was a tight-knit community.
Yeah, and was the church a part of that community at that time
Yes,
for you?
believe it or not, I was born and raised in New Smyrna. There was a church next door, Bethel Baptist Church. Mm-hmm. It was about 10 feet from my house. And of course, my father had a limited education. He only went to the 4th grade. So I taught him how to read, taught him how to sign his name. So, but the church was a part of my growing up as a young child.
Is it the same church you minister at now, or is that church still around?
The church still exists in New Smyrna, mm-hmm. but they moved that location because of the growth of our area. Yeah. It's still in New Smyrna, but as I say, New Smyrna is a small community, and we have about 10 churches, but I'm the associate pastor at Pleasant Grove Missionary Baptist Church.
All right. Is there anything else that you'd like to add or expand on? Any final thoughts?
No, I'd just like to say, as I grew up in a community of segregation, I'm so glad that we have what we call integration, which happened in 1970. The New Smyrna High School was integrated, Reed Patilla schools, they were now integrated, and today it's one of the best things that could have happened, as I truly believe in unity in our community. And again, I thank you, Kyle. Mm-hmm. I thank you for this opportunity, and I wish you the best success as a student at UCF as you continue your education.
Thank you, Mr. Coates, and thank you again for sharing your time and speaking with us. This has been Kyle Schultz at the New Smyrna History Museum on April 6, 2024. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.